Welcome back to Berry Life, bringing you easy and delicious recipes from around the world. Today, we're making Mongolian tofu. Crispy tofu bites, tossed in a glossy sweet and savory sauce, loaded with garlic, ginger, and scallions. It's bold, satisfying, and packed with umami in every bite. Whether you serve it with rice or noodles, this dish brings serious flavor and comfort to the table. So, skip the takeout and let's make it at home. Let's get started. We'll start with one block of extra firm tofu that's been sitting in the press for about 30 minutes. Pressing helps to get rid of excess moisture and firm up the tofu a bit so we can get that golden crispy texture we love. Then we'll pat it dry with a paper towel. Drier tofu equals crispier bites. And cut these into medium cubes. Think bite size, just the right size to soak up all the Mongolian sauce goodness. Other times, when we want a more rustic texture, we skip the knife and break the tofu apart by hand. It gives those beautiful craggy edges that crisp up so well in the air fryer. It's basically tofu with character, rough around the edges. Once all the pieces are cut, in a mixing bowl, we'll add cornstarch to the bottom to prevent sticking. Then, layer in half the tofu, more cornstarch, the rest of the tofu pieces, and yep, you got it, more cornstarch. Cornstarch is our crispy secret weapon. It gives the tofu that amazing texture without deep frying. Now for the fun part. Give it a shake to coat everything evenly. This is our dry coating. It gets the tofu ready for the additional seasoning, which will be freshly ground black pepper, a splash of soy sauce for that savory element, and finally, spritz it with a little cooking oil to help everything crisp up nicely in the air fryer. Then using a silicone spatula, we'll very gently give it a stir to coat every piece, being careful to avoid breakage. Then we'll transfer these to a parchment-lined air fryer tray and spread them out, giving them space to cook evenly. What do you call a vegan foot-based martial art? Tofu. Then off to the air fryer to air fry these for about 15 to 20 minutes at around 350 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 175 to 205 Celsius for our friends across the pond, depending on your air fryer. While the tofu is getting golden, we can prep our vegetables. First, slice a red bell pepper into strips. This adds a crunch and a pop of sweetness, not to mention that beautiful red color. Mongolian tofu is a plant-based variation on Mongolian beef. Despite the name, Mongolian dishes like this don't actually come from Mongolia. This sweet and savory sauce, often served at Chinese restaurants in the US, was inspired by the flavors of northern China and popularized in the 1990s during the rise of the Chinese-American takeout. By using tofu, we keep it vegan, protein-packed, and flavorful, as the tofu soaks up the sauce like a sponge, where every bite is bursting with satisfaction. Next, we'll chop these broccoli florets into bite-sized pieces. Broccoli is incredibly nutritious, brings color, fiber, and that satisfying bite to balance the richness of the sauce. This vibrant combination of red and green makes this dish as visually appealing as it is delicious. We'll also need 2 scallions, both the white and the green parts. For the white parts, we'll go with thin slices at a diagonal. This helps to cook them down a bit faster, while still retaining a gentle bite. Scallions can survive surprisingly chilly temperatures, and are among the first fresh greens to pop up in early spring. The unsung heroes of the stir-fry world. Do you know what the spring onions call their hip-hop band? The Little Rapscallions. And for the green parts, which we'll add towards the end of the cooking process, just use large tubes, something nice and crunchy to bite into. Let's go check on the tofu. At the end, they should look something like this. GBD, golden brown and delicious. With everything prepared, now we can cook with fire, or in our case, this induction stove. In a wok over medium-low heat, we'll heat up a tablespoon of cooking oil. We don't need a lot. Next, in go the aromatics. A tablespoon each of minced garlic and grated ginger. This will stir for about 30 seconds to wake up the aromatics. Then, toss in 3 to 5 red dried chilies, or however many you can handle, and the white parts of the scallions. All of these aromatics will infuse the oil, creating our base for this recipe. We'll stir for about a minute. You'll know because at that point, the kitchen will smell amazing. Then, we toss in our broccoli and stir. How long? You'll know once you see the broccoli turn a vibrant green. At that point, we'll add in the red bell peppers, along with a tiny bit more oil if needed, and saute for about 30 seconds more. Once the vegetables are cooked, we'll push them to the side and make a little space in the middle of the wok. For our seasoning sauce, we'll need 3 tablespoons of light soy sauce for the savory element, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar for a bit of sweetness to round out the flavors, 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce for a complex, rich umami flavor, and 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar for a bright note. Now we can go ahead and stir until all the ingredients are combined into a glossy sauce. Then we'll add a quick cornstarch slurry, which is 1 teaspoon of cornstarch with a tablespoon of water to thicken everything up. To avoid cornstarch from clumping, we want to continuously stir. At this point, we lower the heat and add in our crispy air-fried tofu. We'll toss gently to allow the sauce to reduce into a sticky glaze that'll coat all the ingredients. Tofu is one of the most versatile and easily accessible sources of plant-based protein. We've created over 30 delicious recipes using tofu. Think stir-fries, dumplings, comforting soups, creamy vegan cheese, and even tofu jerky. Tap the link above to explore the full playlist and find your next favorite recipe. One morning, my friend woke up with stir-fry all over his bed. I asked him, "Were you sleepwalking again?" Then, we turn off the heat and finish it off with scallion greens, along with a sprinkle of sesame seeds. Ring the bell because Mongolian tofu is ready. Hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If this Mongolian tofu made your mouth water, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment below and let us know how it turned out. And share it with your friends and family who love bold plant-based flavors. Also, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new upload. For the full written recipe, check out the description box below. And visit us at berryberrylife.com for this and tons more recipes from around the world. Today, we're enjoying this with steamed brown rice for a perfectly healthy and wholesome meal. You can also enjoy this with jasmine rice or a side of noodles. Our Mongolian tofu is glossy, golden, crispy on the outside and pillowy soft on the inside. Supremely satisfying in every bite. There you have it, Mongolian tofu. A tempting taste of Asia, right in the comfort of your own kitchen. Thank you for watching. Enjoy!